Hello, folks. We are coming at you live from Cousins Gymnasium. I'm Owen Finnegan here along with my colleague,
Tom Jazanowski here.
We're here with JumboCast. Going to bring you live the game Tufts Jumbos taking on the Bates Bobcats. Getting the national anthem here going, so we're slated to start in a couple of minutes. Bobcats coming in with a 6-9 record, 3-3 in the NESCAC. Tufts with a 15-1 record and undefeated in the NESCAC. Both teams on winning streaks right now. Tufts on a 7-game win streak and the Bobcats on a 2-game win streak, both against NESCAC opponents. They beat Wesleyan and Trinity 3-0. So Bates riding high in the past couple of games. Tom, what are you looking forward to in this matchup?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to obviously a lot of history between the two teams, and we're looking to see if Bates can do anything to stop the Jumbos' offensive attack. We know Bates, I don't think they haven't beat Tufts in, 6-7 years now? So we're hoping if they can, they're 500 in the NESCAC right now. So we're looking forward to seeing the kind of energy that Bates comes out with. We know Tufts is a very regimented, performing team, very well practiced, very well trained. We're going to see if Bates can shake up their style and control the game.
Absolutely, and like you mentioned, a lot of history between these two NESCAC teams. Bates historically hasn't had the best stretch, has had a losing record for, I believe, 7 years now. But head coach Melissa Duran has done a great job with the program, has come in for 2 years ago and led the team to the most NESCAC wins they've ever had, and actually got them in a spot in the NESCAC tournament for the first time last year. So props go to Duran, but I think this is still a team that's trying to find its identity, a team that's still struggling to put wins on the board. A good team, great digging team. Certainly a good matchup to watch. They've got plenty of players that can dig. Gabby Eustace, 255 digs on the season. Augie Silver, 121 digs. Claire Naughton, 101 digs. And Captain Jackie Forney with 157 digs. So it'll be interesting to watch that defensive prowess on the Bates team take on the offensive power that we know that Tufts has.
Exactly. We know volleyball, by its nature is a game that's controlled by runs. And so we know that Bates has a very strong defensive team, and we're going to see if they can kind of limit the runs of the Jumbos. The Jumbos obviously like to get ahead early, really like to pound the ball. A lot of strong hitters, great setters, and great service play. And so we're going to see if Bates is able to counteract that and able to stop some of the bleeding and maybe throw off the Jumbos' rhythm. Because if they can get service on their side and get some positive points, they can limit the Jumbos from getting on those rolls and racking up a lot of points early.
Absolutely. And speaking of rhythm, the Jumbos undefeated at home this season, which is remarkable. They love the Cousins Gymnasium. And you know that opposing teams coming in know how good Tufts are at home. So certainly has a psychological aspect that's playing in here as well. Starting lineups are being announced right now, and the Cousins Gym is as full with Jumbo fans as I've seen it in my time broadcasting volleyball games here. So certainly some exciting NESCAC action the whole school is looking forward to.
Exactly. Nothing better to start your Friday night than with a little Jumbo's athletics and some volleyball. As you see the team shaking hands here, exchanging pleasantries before they do battle. And we're excited to see what the teams have to offer here. Obviously, Bates, making the relatively long journey from Maine to come down for this NESCAC matchup. Hopefully getting their weekend started off right with a good game here.
Players to watch out for on the Tufts team. Another thing actually, something to watch in this game actually is the serving. Tufts has been a great serving team this year. Particularly Bridget Bell and Alexander Garrett are both having great serving seasons. And the Bobcats, not so much. They have 285 errors in the season, majority of those being service errors. So Bates has to do a good job of keeping those service errors at a low. You can't give this Jumbo team any sort of breathing room whatsoever. So keeping those unforced errors to an absolute minimum is very important, right? Players to watch out for on the Tufts team. Like I mentioned, Bridget Bell having an absolutely remarkable season. The freshman from Granite Bay, California, leads the team in kills, third on the team in digs. Absolutely remarkable. So game's getting started here. Tufts starting lineup is looking like Maccabee, Aarons, Bright, Klimo, Bell, and Angela Yu with the serve. So Angela Yu steps in here as Tufts looks for their 8 wins in a row. Tufts starting out as they have been doing all season with a absolutely fantastic block at the net by Mary McAbee. This Tufts team is absolutely chock full of players that are able to block at the net. Something to watch for this team. You with another serve. Out of bounds.
And you serve going long there, but we saw a great double coverage on the block there, able to roof the hit and force an early point as we open up 1-1 Bates serve.
Sophomore Claire Naughton in with the serve. And that's dug out by Bell. Oh, little miscommunication on the Tufts side there.
Yeah, we saw you hit the floor to get the save there. That takes the setter out of the second hit, and we saw miscommunication get tangled up there as we get another point for Bates.
Here comes Naughton with the serve again, dug out by Klimo. You with the set and a great kill from the captain, Elizabeth Arns.
That's right, Elizabeth Arns there killing a 5-ball from the outside, finding the hole in the Bates defense and getting service back.
And that's going to be 2-2 Tufts. It is the first set for those at home. I know we don't have the set up on the display right now, but it is the first set as Garrett comes in with the serve. It's going to be set by Forney. Attempted kill by number 17, Chandler McGrath, but it goes out of bounds to make it 3-2 Tufts. Chandler McGrath having a great season for the Bobcats. It was actually named the NESCAC Player of the Week last week, so certainly on a great run. That's Garrett in with the serve again. Attempted block by number 11, Riley Murphy on the Bobcats. Grazes off her hand from the kill from McAbee, and that's going to make it 4-2 Tufts in the first set of the game.
That's right, and it's what we talked about, Tufts going on a run here, starting to get a few points. We see a shallow serve.
That's Forney up to Murphy again, and Murphy with the set. Forney up way over the net to Arns. Oh, not sure what happened there, but number 17, Chandler McGrath, with her first kill of the game, just sort of sneaks one by Tufts there. They looked not totally prepared for that.
Yeah, a lot of play close to the net there, and so we saw it's all about communication there. And the ball was up on the Bates sideline, and McGrath took the opportunity to just dunk it down right in front of Tufts and got a free point there.
Uncharacteristic for the Jumbos who have been dominating at the net this season. Nevertheless, Forney in with the serve, and they're right back at it with a great kill by Angela Yu right there. That's going to make it 5-3 Tufts in the first set as captain Elizabeth Ahrens gets set up for the serve. Ahrens with a .321 hit percentage. For the folks at home, 300 is considered very good. So she's absolutely kicking butt this season. Unfortunately for her, Suns went into the net to make it 5-4 Tufts.
Yeah, it seems like we spoke too soon as Ahrens hits it right into the net, and we get Katie Klimo subbed back in, the libero in the back row here.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I take full responsibility for that jinx that I just put on Ahrens. So my apologies. As Jordan Camarillo, the freshman from Tucson, Arizona, gets ready for the serve for Bates. Well dug by Klima. Up to McAbee, who sends it over the net. It's going to be Forney. Lisa Slivkin sent it out of bounds on an attempted kill to make it 6-4 to Tufts.
That's right. We're seeing a lot of Bates long shots here. Shots going out the back. So we're going to need maybe they aren't used to playing in Cousins Gymnasium, but if they can fix those errors, they can get right back in this game.
Katie Zhang with the serve. Forney sets it up to Murphy. Unable to get it by the Tufts blockers. Blanca stuffed at the net. Great block by Bates, and that's going to make it 6-5. Close game. Tufts still in the lead, though.
That's right. We saw a stern roofing there on Wangpo, put right back down. That's a smart block that the Bates coach loves to see.
Libero Gabby Eustace getting ready for the serve here for Bates. Kenzie Human sends one way out of bounds, and the game is knotted at 6 in the first set.
That's right. We're at 6-all as we saw Tufts swinging wide there.
Here's Eustace with the serve again. She had an interesting double jump sort of maneuver on the first serve. Let's see if she does it again. She did. Haven't seen that much this season.
Yeah, the jump serve always the riskier of the options. As the Jumbos get a smart kill there, putting it right in the middle. We saw about 3 Bates defenders leap to get the dig, unable to bring it up there.
Yeah, Bell showing off her creativity there. With 136 kills in the season, her power is something that's really impressed me this season, but showing there that she can finesse a couple points as well as she comes in with the serve. Stuffed by, that looked like Human at the line. Klimo sets it up to Zhang. Zhang to Bright. And point's going to go to Tufts there to make it 8-6 in the first set.
That's right. That's a big kill there by Bright. Able to force Bates and keep the Jumbo's run going here.
Here comes Bell with the serve. Again, one of the better servers on the season for Tufts. Well dug by Bates there. Wow, that might have been a pancake. Nwangpa to Zhang. Bell, oh wow. Bell way from the back line almost. Attempted to be dug out by Jacqueline Forney. Grazes off her forearms and almost hit the camera in the back of the gymnasium.
That's right. We saw that back row ball there by Bell. Really smart awareness. You can tell it wasn't planned for. It wasn't called. But she was able to get it over as Bates there tries to go for the save and digs it right into the net.
Yeah, that's that freshman Jordan Camarillo, sort of in an awkward position. Didn't have any touches left, so had no choice but to try to send it over the net. And unfortunately sends it directly into the net. Not exactly what she was looking for. Bell again putting together a nice serving sequence here. Another miscommunication on the Bates side.
That's right. That's where you got to see those mine calls, Service is obviously one of the toughest parts, a lot of minutia there, different areas to cover. So communication is the key here for Bates.
11-6 Tufts as Bell comes in with the serve again. Number 9 for Bates, that's going to be Stafford Smith with a great attempted kill. Dug out well by Tufts. Eustace with the set, again to Stafford Smith. Tries to finesse one over, but it's dug out by Bright. Zhang up to Nwangpa. Nwangpa stuffed again at the net. Great job by the Bates blockers there. Forney digs it up. Wow, it looked like a pancake on the Bates side there by Stafford Smith. No, excuse me, that would have been Claire Naughton. Unfortunate for Bates because they put together a great sequence in that last point, but the point goes to Tufts to make it 12-6 in the first set.
Yeah, that was a really great series as Bates here burning a timeout. Obviously, we saw the game was at 1.66, and now Tufts big in control of the game. This is what we talked about right before the game, a big run for the Jumbos with Bell at the service. Bates, though, has looked great, You can tell in that last point they were clearly just one or two hits falling away from getting the point there and stopping the bleeding. But now they find themselves down 6 points on the road. What adjustments do you think Bates needs to make here, Owen?
Well, I mentioned again that I mentioned at the beginning of the game that Tufts is a team that knows how to dig, and I think they've been doing a great job of that. But unfortunately, the offensive kills haven't really been there yet. So I think they need to mix up sort of what Tufts has been doing, actually, mixing up the power kills and sort of finesse shots, keep Tufts on their toes, keep the defense honest, keep them guessing. Right now, it seems like the communication on the offensive side hasn't been there, and so I think Coach Duran was telling them to sort of, keep a calm head, but change the offensive philosophy right now a little bit. As Bell comes in with another serve. Well dug by Bell. Klimo has to send it over the net to Eustace. Forney sets it up to Stafford Smith.
But she's blocked by Nwangpo and Aarons there. As Tufts there showing great defense, we know. Obviously the Tufts hitters and blockers, long arms, really willing to get up there and using a lot of 2-on-1 defense. Really good at reading where the Bates hits are going to come from before they go up.
Absolutely, and that's something they've excelled at all season. Fantastic dig by Eustace, but Bates is unable to capitalize. That's going to make it 14-6 Tufts in the first set. Again, another great sequence by Bates, a couple of great plays, but unable to put the point on the board.
That's right, and there are times where it looks like the Jumbos just know what Bates is going to do next.
Wow, great serve by Bell.
Yeah, a nice drop serve there by Bell. Obviously, Durant comes out to talk to her players, but, sometimes it looks like the Jumbos defense is right in position for what Bates is going to hit next.
Just some quick stats for you, Tom. 2.18 service aces per set in conference play for the Jumbos this year, which is a very impressive number. Very good serving team. Nwangpo with a good kill. Grazes off of the Bates blocker's hands, and that's going to make it 16-6 Tufts.
Exactly. Nwangpo really cranking back there and able to bounce it up instead of down. Exactly what you want to do there.
Bell with a fantastic I jinxed it again. As I was saying that Bell was putting together a fantastic sequence, she sends one into the net. Looks like she was attempting another drop serve there, but that's going to be 16-7 Tufts in the first set.
It's all right. We'll give Bell a break, She was just serving for 10 points. We can see who else wants to take a few serves here for Tufts.
Freshman Julia Penapinto of the Bobcats with the serve. And Human doing what she does best this whole season. You don't see Tufts going on a lot of negative skids because they have players like Aarons and Human who are so great at keeping a calm head and so good at giving the team a point when they need it. 17-7 Tufts as Klimo gets ready to serve.
Exactly. We saw Aarons with a big hit there out of the middle, and we see Klimo with a low line drive serve. Swung outside on, and Bates able to get a good kill there on the 4-ball.
Yep, that was Stafford Smith, who has 96 kills on the season. I believe that's third on the team. Also 27 blocks, which is one of the top numbers on the team. So the freshman from California can do it all. 6 feet tall as she gets ready to serve. And certainly has been one of the brighter points for Bates in this first set.
We're going to see a jump serve here. Nice low.
It's Mackenzie Bright sending it to Eustace. Oh, wow. Very well dug by Klimo there. Up to Bright. As Bright finds the back corner to make it 18-8 Tufts.
Yeah, we saw Tufts a complete, team point there. The great serve, great save by Klimo. Played right into the great set, and followed up with an excellent hit that was able to split the Bates defense.
Of course, Klimo, the freshman, 250 digs coming into this game, certainly has a couple more. Has been one of the better defensive players on the team. As she digs another one out and sends it up to you, sets it for Bell. Or excuse me, that was Mackenzie Bright. Sets it up for Bright, who sort of finesses a shot over that Eustace is unable to dig out to make it 19-8 Tufts.
Exactly. We see Tufts dealing with the Bates height really well here, able to use a varied shot selection, which is something that we want to see from Bates. We know that you can't just power everything in. Both teams have a lot of height, so you can't just really try to knock it past. There are a lot of drop shots and kind of more floaty balls that you have to hit if you want to get points in a game like this.
Absolutely, and I broadcasted a game against Babson on Tuesday, and on that game, Tufts really tried to show off their firepower. They're having Bell taking a bunch of baseline kills. Nwangpo is certainly gearing up for a bunch of kills. This game seemed to be, softening it up a little bit, taking a couple of finesse shots and trying to stay creative on the offensive side, and it's certainly working for them as the 19-8 score reflects.
Exactly, the Jumbos trying to make quick work of this first set. But it's important for Bates, even if they can't dig out of this hole and win the set, to get a few points just for momentum's purpose. You can't, you don't want to lose the set by a great margin. And, the more positive stretches Bates puts together, the better they'll look going forward.
Here's Angela Yu with the serve. Haven't seen her take a jump serve yet this season. Let's see if she takes one here. She does not. Stays standing. As Forney sets. But dug out by Arns. Yu sets it up for Bell from the baseline. Maybe gets a little bit lucky there as the ball careens off the top of the net and falls down to the court to make it 20-8 Tufts.
That's right. Bell just able to power it over the net there. That was really well. You can tell they used the timeout to dial up that back row ball play. Tufts obviously generating a lot of points from the front row, able to take advantage and fool Bates there.
Yu with a knuckler over, but Forney sets it up. Klimo with the dig. Yu with another set. And that's Mackenzie Bright with the powerful kill. And when this Tufts team has Bell and Bright on at the same time, they are a very, very tough team to stop. Mackenzie Bright, 82 kills. Bridget Bell, 136 kills coming into the game. 2 offensive powerhouses for this team as Yu sends another one over the net. Bates, number 17, Chandler McGrath with another great kill. That's, I think, her second or third very impressive kill of this game.
Chandler McGrath, they're really painting that back line with that shot, able to really crank it down, trying to get Bates back into this set.
Claire Norton, Naughton, with the serve there, sent over by Tufts, and Naughton attempted the dig but couldn't find it, 22-9 Tufts.
Yeah, and we've seen Bates, 2 of their last 3 kill attempts have been drop shots, so it seems like they were listening to us, I guess, when we were in that timeout. But Tufts has had the answer every time, so we're going to see what they can get to work.
Garrett with a serve. McGrath sends to Eustace, goes back to McGrath, and that was well dug by Garrett. And that's the captain, Aarons, with a kill right into the middle of the court to make it 23-9 Tufts.
That's right, a big 6-ball there for Tufts, and we saw Bates with a few mental mistakes, and it's interesting to see how, as the deficit grows, those kind of communication errors only become more and more frequent.
Stafford Smith to Forney to McGrath. You can't find the dig. Going to make it 23-10 Bates.
And that's McGrath with another big kill there. Obviously, she's trying to hit the team back into the game herself. Really been responsible for 3 of the last 4 Bates points, I believe.
Yep, Forney Forney unable to find the dig there. 24-10 Tufts. But as I was saying, Jacqueline Forney, the junior captain, and Chandler McGrath, the senior captain of this Bates team, have great communication. Their set kill sequences have been pretty good this whole game. Aaron's with the serve. Eustace with the dig.
And this is set point right here.
Again, wow, great dig by Eustace there. Forney to McGrath. McGrath sends it harmlessly over the net. Eustace sets up to McAbee.
And
Fournier.
Just like that, Tufts takes the first set with McAfee with a big kill there right off of Fournier.
Yep, it's going to be 1-0. Tufts in the lead as they defeat Bates in the first set 25-10. Tom, what did you like from the Tufts team that first set?
Well, I like the Tufts team really responding to that adversity. Obviously, they are, on the 7-game win streak, really strong team. They expected to come out there and roll. And through those first 12, 14 points, they were really tested there. It was 6-6 at one point. I think even 6-5 Bates at one point. So Tufts really came out of that timeout and rallied. They went on a big long run and they're able to win that set by 15 points. So I really liked how they responded to that early game adversity and how they were able to take control of the game and play their kind of volleyball.
Absolutely. Something I'd like to see from this Bates team in the second set, they need to put more points on the board than just 10. And I'll tell you why. This Tufts team has some of the most remarkable depth in the NESCAC. It seems like every player can come off the bench and immediately contribute, defensively, offensively, anything. So in order to defeat that depth, they need to wear out the Tufts team. And by putting 10 points on the board and not working a very long set, you are not going to do that. And in the second set, I'd like to see Forney and McGrath get a little bit more involved. The two captains, they were looking great at the end of the set. In the beginning of the set, I didn't see a lot of offensive action from them. So definitely look for Melissa Duran to try and get those two captains involved early and often in the second set here.
Yeah, exactly. Duran obviously has a lot of words for the Bates team. We saw a lot of smart, good-looking volleyball from the Bates team there, but unable to piece together a really long run and unable to piece together a big stretch of positive play. So what we want to see from them is taking those moments of greatness and kind of prolonging them. That's the one thing. Tufts wasn't always sound, wasn't always doing everything right. We saw a lot of communication errors, a lot of missed hits and or hits that went not where the players didn't want them to go. But they were always able to recover and able to elevate their play back to the level that they needed to be. And we saw Bates kind of get caught up in their errors and caught up in some of the mistakes that they made and let that be the death of them. So Bates could be right back in this game. They could take the second set if they're able to prolong those periods that they look like a formidable team here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's 0-0 in the second set, so this is anybody's set to win. Bates, again, 6-9 record. I mean, that's not eye-popping by any means, but they've played some very, very good games against NESCAC opponents. Again, they beat Wesleyan, they beat Trinity. Those are two good teams, so they really seem to crank it up for interconference play. 25 seconds left in the intermission here. Again, Tufts leads 1-0.
Yeah, and we're seeing a really good crowd here for the Tufts Jumbos. The entire, quasi-student section in front of us, right in front of our broadcast, is basically filled, which is great to see. The Jumbos would love the fan support here, and obviously having that energy in the crowd only makes the players play that much harder.
Most definitely. Tough starting lineup here is looking like Garrett, Yu, Klimo, Bell, Maccabee, and Aarons. And the Bobcat starting lineup is looking like Stafford Smith, Claire Naughton, Chandler McGrath, Jacqueline Forney, and Gabby Eustace just coming on. Julia Penapinto is on there as well. Didn't see a lot of her, didn't call her name a lot in the first half. This is Penapinto I'm talking about, but 100 digs coming into this game on the season, so good defensive player. And this is number 9, Taylor Stafford Smith, the freshman out of California, getting ready to serve. And we are off in the second set.
We see an early point awarded to Bates there. A little bit too much net movement from Tufts. Maybe more net than it was ball there for the Tufts hitter.
Yeah, and that was Bell, who I think received the violation there. Stafford Smith gets ready for her second serve.
And Stafford Smith unafraid to attack Klimo, one of the better Tufts defensive players.
Speaking of defensive players, Gabby Eustace with another great dig. Garrett sends it up. That's going to be you to Bell. Can't find it. McGrath, well dug by Stafford Smith. McGrath has to send it harmlessly over. You sets up for Aarons. I mean, good effort by Stafford Smith there, but when Aarons gets all ball like that, and when she really is like feeling herself offensively like she is this game, I have not seen many teams that are able to handle her kills. She is one of the better hitters on this Tufts team.
Exactly. We saw Bates, like we were talking about it during the intermission, able to put together a nice sequence there. Good defensive, but, you know, Tufts just able to will back the point.
Bell can't find it, can't send the ball over the net, but good defensive showing from Tufts there. Again, going back to Aarons, 113 kills. We mentioned in the first set, 321 hit percentage, also 48 blocks. I mean, this is a captain that can do anything, loves the team, brings a lot of energy to the table. And Bates comes in with the serve, dug out by Bell. You with an overhead set to Human, can't find it. Garrett sends it up. Human with an attempted finesse shot there. You sets up for Maccabee, and that's going to be dug out by, Penapinto. You to Human, Stafford Smith. Again, good attempt, but can't find the dig there. 2-2 Tufts in the second set.
Yeah, it feels like we've been watching a lot more points here in the second set, but we know Tufts likes to run a lot of middle hitters kind of running around, running more kind of like curl patterns, and we've seen it really confuse the Bates defense here so far.
That was Katie Zhang in with the serve. Good to see her in the game. Bell with a fantastic dig.
Oh, and the refs calling another net hit there by Tufts, so another point for Bates.
Second net violation of the set for Tufts.
Exactly, and that's 2 free points for Bates that, you know, Tufts would love to have back here, trailing 3-2 in the second set.
Junior Jacqueline Forney in with the serve.
Looked like it might have been going out, but Tufts playing with it.
Eustace.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, Eustace unable to make the save. Put down on her knees, but knocked it backwards instead of forward, and we'll see Tufts get it back here, start to go on a run, hopefully.
This is Bell with the serve. She had that fantastic run when she was serving in the first set. Let's see if she can put together a similar sequence here. Stafford Smith up to Forney. Wow. That was Klimo to Bright to, I think, Human. And again, Klimo with a great dig. Great communication by Tufts. I think Bates thought they had it as soon as it sort of went off Klimo's bicep area.
Yeah, I think it went off her shoulder, chest area, but Tufts obviously able to recover, and a great dunk there. Almost looked like a carry from Human, but as you see Bates there with a really smart shot selection, able to drop it right in between 3 Tufts players and stop that roll. You know that, we saw last time Bell really liked to get on that big service roll. Bates able to kind of pinch that out early and get the service back. Yeah,
McGrath's shot selection has been great this whole game, but she comes off for Bro, who's going to come in with the serve. Klimo to Zhang. Human dug out by Forney to Eustace, up to Stafford Smith. Stafford Smith can't find it. Point's going to go to Tufts there. I believe that was Human sort of careened off of Bates' blocker's wrist out of bounds. 5-4 Tufts in the second set. Tufts leads 1-0.
Exactly. Now we're going to see Klimo, the libero, serving here with a jump serve. Eustace able to save it.
Forney's going to set it up to Stafford Smith. Stafford Smith, again, good attempted kill, but can't find it. You know who does find it? Nicole Pareka. Didn't get a lot of playing time in the first set. Have seen her out here a lot in the second set, and she lands a kill to make it 5-5.
Yeah, that was really great awareness there from Pareka. That was the first shot. Tufts basically set it to her, and she was able to kill it right back. Not the most common sequence, but really great awareness, able to get Bates the ball back and in the hands of Eustace here.
A little sort of seemed to be tied up there. Looks like Aarons was going to kill the set, but sort of tripped over one of her teammates. 6-5, Bates has the lead.
Yeah, Aarons and Nwangpo kind of got tangled up there, their legs, so Bates able to get a free point there and looking to keep the roll going with Eustace here with another jump serve.
That's going to be Bell to Zhang. Great block by Bates. Decides to finesse it instead, but Bates again digs it out. That's going to be Eustace up to number 10 for Bates. Lisa Slivkin, who contributed in the first half, continues to do so in the second set. I'll tell you who I'm enjoying watching the second set here too is Taylor Stafford Smith. Has had a lot of good shots, but I mean Tufts has just answered with great digs. Has to be frustrating. We'll see if she can produce as the game goes on. Bates in the lead, 7-5 in the second set. Eustace with the serve. Into the net. Unfortunate because Bates was just putting together a good sequence.
Exactly. I was just going to say Bates was looking really good, looking like a good run started there. You know, they got Tufts in a few miscommunication errors. They had some really great hitting sequences, but the error is going to put the ball back in Tufts' control.
You coming in to serve. Again, Bates, 285 errors on the season. That's a number they'd like to see go down.
Eustace with really great awareness, able to call it out, watch the ball as it goes out. Kind of close, but obviously, you know, sign of a great libero there, able to see when a ball is in or out.
Absolutely. It's going to make it 8-6 Bates in the second set. This is number 4, Julia Penapinto with the serve. Bright again, looking for that power kill. You're not going to get many of those with Eustace back there. Aaron's looking for the serve. Aaron's looking for the block. Can't find it, and points going to go to Bates to make it 9-6 Bates.
Exactly, a great kill there, able to get it between the hands of the two Tufts defenders, and it'll fall right on the Tufts side for a Bates point.
Here's Penapinto again with the serve. Bell to Zhang, familiar sequence this time to Maccabee. Maccabee directly into Penapinto's breadbasket, so she can't dig it out. That's going to be 7-9 as Bates remains in the lead.
Yeah, Maccabee almost putting Penapinto on the floor there to stop the bleeding there and get the Tufts the ball back here, down 2.
This is number 5, Alex Garrett, junior captain with the serve here for Tufts. Penapinto way up, and so far enough up that Bell's able to jump up and just sort of dunk it over the net to make it 8-9. Bates still in the lead.
Exactly, that's the kind of mental error that we're talking about that Bates can't afford to make in a game like this. That's a free point for Tufts there.
Klimo sets it up for Maccabee. Eustace, another great dig. We've said that a couple times this game. And that's going to be number 8, Claire Naughton with the kill. Naughton, excuse me, I keep pronouncing that wrong. 101 kills in the season for Naughton, and she continues to add to that number.
Yeah, that was a great kill following that exceptional save there from Eustace. Naughton really rewarding Eustace's play there. Obviously, the libero, you know, the defensive specialist, loves to see her team capitalize on her great defensive plays like that one.
Bell, another powerful kill, dug up by Stafford Smith. Note into Eustace. Eustace had no choice to try to send it over the net, but sends it directly into the net. 9-10. Bates remains in the lead.
Yeah, we saw Eustace and I believe that was Stafford Smith fighting over who was going to send it over and made the decision a bit too late. Ended up right in the net.
Aarons with the serve. Another good dig by Stafford Smith. Forney way into the announcer's table there. You up to Human with a good little chip shot there. Eustace sends it over. Another good dig by Bates.
By Penapinto. And Bates able to capitalize on that great defense with another kill.
Seemed to be a violation there.
Yeah. Bates, I guess, ran into the net as the point goes to Tufts.
Unfortunate, because that was another hard-fought point from Bates, but no points to show for it. Eustace dig. Forney to Penapinto. No, excuse me, Naughton.
Naughton going with Naughton with the set over the net. Eustace with a great save there. One arm.
McGrath with a great kill.
And McGrath just keeping it in. Able to get Bates the ball back and up 1 here. As we saw, Tufts started that series down by a few. Able to narrow the gap. But Bates here looking to go on a run.
Yeah, I believe that previous point was probably Bates' best. Unfortunately, Tufts answers with another point to knot it up at 11.
That was absolutely filthy shot there from you. Obviously, Bates, worried about the Tufts hitters, but she was able to kind of fake the hit ball and just dump it right over for a free point there.
Yeah, not with a ton of kills in the season, but she's got a 268 hit percentage and certainly has a bag of tricks that she's not afraid to dive into.
Exactly. That's a setter's favorite move right there, taking the, I guess, the ball in their own hands there and going for a kill there.
Penapinto with the attempted kill, but that is going to be way out of bounds, and Tufts is going to be up 12-11. Not a great kill there from Penapinto, but I've liked what I've seen from her in the second set. Wasn't used much in the first set, but certainly making a difference here. As Zhang Simon.
Yeah, very valuable in the back row. Solid defensive player.
Looks like a block by both Nwangpa.
Yeah, it was.
Nwangpa and Human there. Two of probably the best blockers on the Tufts team. Knotted at 12s in the second set here.
It was a block, but I guess they ran into the net because that's a Bates point there. But good block, but unlucky bounce there for the Jumbos.
Eustace up to Forney. Blocked out of bounds by Nwangpa. Good effort, but nothing came from it. And 13-12 with Bates in the lead.
Exactly. Really strong block there from Nwangpa, but just falls out of bounds. And good awareness by Bates to know that they're playing outside of the boundary line.
Yeah, Nwangpa with a couple missed games this season due to illness, but she does have 23 blocks on the season, which is good for the amount of time she played. Bates beginning to pull ahead here. It's 14-12 in the second set, as I believe that's Forney. Yep, Forney getting ready for the serve.
Yeah, big service point there, an ace there for Forney.
Klimo up to Zhang. Human running all the way from the middle of the court, all the way to the side, and a fantastic kill to make it 14-13. Bates remains in the lead.
That's right, Human going there for back shoulder 5 there, able to get the kill. Very big for Tufts. Obviously, we saw the communication error there with Nwangpo, able to kind of get the ball back on their side of the court.
Forney's going to set it up to McGrath. McGrath out of bounds, 14 all. Tufts lines up with Bright, Human, and Bell all on the court at the same time, so we're looking for some offensive firepower. Didn't need it there, but Bell comes back to serve again. A little miscommunication there, but Eustace is still there to set it up. Stafford Smith sends it over the net. Bell sets to Zhang. Wow, fantastic by Nwangpa there.
Yeah, we saw 3 Tufts hitters well within the range. Could have had a play on that ball. Nwangpo taking it, calling it for herself, and dropping it right on the back row line there.
Yeah, she seemed to fake the power shot and go with the finesse shot. Move I haven't seen this from her this season, but certainly works well. McGrath again with fantastic shot selection to tie it up at 15 in the second set here.
Yeah, as we see Tufts kind of slight communication error, but a great shot there from McGrath. Able to keep Bates within this, you know. Bates really showing great resolve, great fight. Obviously, quickly surpassing their total from the first game. Knotted up 15 all here.
Yeah, as sophomore Lauren Bro in with the serve. And that was Nwangpa with her patented absolute thunderbolt kill to make it 16-15 Tufts.
Yeah, there's just not much you can do about that when you're Bates. The blockers were there, the defense was there, but she just puts way too much heat on the ball for you to do anything with it as it careens off the Bates player out of bounds.
Klimo with the serve to Eustace. Forney sets up for, I believe that was Pareka. Out of bounds by Pareka. Good kill, but couldn't quite keep it in bounds.
Just a bit too long. Just a bit too long there for Pareka, but close and interesting shot selection there. She can put that more in. That'll be a kill every day.
Klimo with the serve just over the net to Stafford Smith. Stafford Smith with the kill. Nwangpa and looked like Aarons were unable to find the block. 17-16 as Bates is still in this.
Yeah, that was a tough sequence there for Tufts. Obviously, great block, but they blocked it onto their own side, which, you know, puts that good effort all to waste as the point goes to Bates.
Here comes Eustace with the serve. Serve comes in. Bell digs it out. Up to Zhang. Zhang to Aarons. Aarons with a great kill, great form. 18-16 Tufts in the second set.
Yeah, able to run that kind of curl pattern, swinging out wide. A lot of hitters really either crank that too far inside or too far out wide, but she was able to strike it right down the line. Obviously a very difficult shot when you're running with your body at that kind of angle, but great way to keep it in bounds.
You with the serve. This is an important point for Bates here, and an error on 14 Lauren Bro, and that's going to make it 19-16 as Tufts gets just a little bit of wiggle room, and I believe that's Bates calling a timeout.
Yeah, we saw there Bates feeling the pressure here. Tufts going on a bit of a run. Obviously, we saw Bates up by 2 or 3 earlier. Tufts able to take command and take the lead there. We saw Bates kind of crack there right at the end. Smart timeout there from Durant, hoping to draw up a good play here and kind of regain composure for the Bates Lady Bobcats.
Yep, and Bates playing much better volleyball, I believe, in the second set than in the first set. Already have 16 points compared to their first set. They had 10 points. So doing a better job of, making the Jumbos work hard for their points. Try to wear them out, try to get to their bench. They have too much depth to just let them coast. So, Melissa Duran probably telling them to keep doing what they're doing. Doing great defensively, except for especially Gabby Eustace. But Tufts still leads 19-16. Let's see if Bates can mount a comeback here.
That's right. We know Eustace obviously having a really good game, hoping that her hitters can produce more. They've been the hitters for Bates have been on in the second set. They just need a few more lucky breaks and a little bit more, I guess, kind of mental togetherness here from the Bates defense.
Yep. Slivkin comes on for Bates, Maccabee for Tufts. Forney sets up to Naughton. You can't find the dig. 19-17 Tufts.
Yeah, that's a big kill for Bates there, getting the service back and getting the score differential to just 2 here with only 2 points to make up. Bates hoping to go on a run here.
Yeah, here's Pinapinto with the serve, looking to continue this run. Jump serve, floating one. Well dug by Bell. Seemed to be slight miscommunication there. Aarons again able to find that sideline kill that she's been doing all game long to make it 20-17 Tufts.
That's right. We saw Pinapinto with kind of the pop fly serve, able to fool Tufts for the most part, but Tufts with a great recovery there to kind of recover and get the kill. Obviously, reverse momentum, get it back on their side.
Garrett with the serve for Tufts, Alex Garrett. Sends one over. Awkward dig by Pinapinto, well dug by Stafford Smith. No choice for Bates as they used all their 3 touches and couldn't get it over the net. That's going to be 21-17 Tufts.
Exactly. Garrett with an absolute laser of a serve, just clearing the net and able to really kind of freeze Pinapinto and get her frozen between that set and bump kind of sequence and really started the end of Bates right there, the end of that point.
And that was, I believe,
that was
you.
Garrett,
okay,
yeah.
Garrett sending it out of bounds. And again, I was going to mention, not Pinapinto, but Stafford Smith with another great kill, but a great dig. Fortunately for her, Tufts sends it out of bounds, so they still get the point. But she's got to be itching to just slam one down past the Tufts defense here. Stafford Smith sets up for the serve.
Yeah, we know Stafford Smith getting a few warm-ups. Obviously, a very crucial serve here. Feeling the pressure, she serves it into the net. That's exactly what Bates can't have happen here. As they hope to regain composure, Tufts 3 points away from taking this set.
Yeah, frustrating game for Stafford Smith, who's been one of the better players on this Bates team. 96 kills and 27 blocks on the season. As Yu sets it up to, I believe, Maccabee. Great dig by Bates there. Human bumps it over the net. Forney sets up to McGrath. Forney-McGrath connection, got to watch out for that. Bell sends it up to Garrett, who has to send it over.
Yeah, Bates getting a free play here.
Forney to Naughton. Awkward dig by Angela Yu, and a collision between the 2 captains, Garrett and Aarons, in the backcourt. So that was a well-earned point by Bates there. 22-19, Tufts remains in the lead.
Yeah, we saw a lot of trading of free points there. Some miscommunications leading to soft hits and just some sets over the net that lets the offense set up.
Here's Naughton with the serve, dug out by Klima. And a fantastic kill by Human, again, right when Tufts needs it. 23-19 as Tufts starts to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly, Tufts looking to close out here, but Bates hopefully has an answer. Bates with their strongest defensive setup here. We see Eustace ready for those kills in the back right.
Stafford Smith. That's going to be McGrath. Again, Forney to McGrath. Yu to Nwangpa. Nwangpa's kill blocked, but blocked out of bounds by, I believe, McGrath. 24-19 Tufts.
Exactly, and for a hitter, that's just as good as cranking one right into the ground. A point is a point for those hitters. As you see here, set point. And that'll do it there for Tufts. Tufts able to rally late there and take the set, 25-19. That's 2-0 for Tufts, up able to really put the pressure on late and bury Bates there at the end.
Yeah, Tufts came away with the W in that set, but I have to say that was fantastic volleyball by both teams there. Really liked what I saw on both sides, but what does Bates need to do if they want to stay in this game, Tom?
I think Bates just needs to kind of fix some of those mental errors. Bates is giving Tufts a lot of free set plays. Bates is kind of, I don't know if it's miscommunication between the setter and the hitter, but Bates obviously leaving a lot of kills on the table, or a lot of kill attempts on the table. As we hear the Tufts crowd participating in a Tufts cheer here, the Jumbo Jet cheer from I guess the away side starting a cheer for the home side there. Is something that I've never seen before. I've never been a part of here at a Tufts sporting event, but a really cool cheer there.
Yep. Good to see all these Jumbos out supporting their team. Again, like you were saying earlier before that chant started, it seems every time we say, like, this is an important point for Bates, they make some sort of, mental error, unforced error that really sort of kills their momentum. We saw a bad serve from, I believe, Pinapinto, a bad serve from Stafford Smith, who are two great players, but again, when the pressure's on, this Bates team really needs to keep a cool head, avoid those errors. Something I'd like to see from Tufts more in the third set. Bell having a great game. I'd like to see some more offensive contribution from her. They haven't really used that baseline kill that we know that she's so good at, so look for Bell to get more involved in this third set.
Exactly. We know Tufts here looking to close out. Bates has, improved point by point and set by set. Obviously, Bates looking a lot better there in the second set, hoping to steal one here, but we know a 2-0 deficit is a lot to come back from. But Bates is not going to give up. We saw there Bates is not going to hand this game to Tufts that easy. We know they're going to put up a lot of fight right now, and this is a very, as we've said before, but this is do or die here for Bates Bobcats. This is, in this game, obviously, this is the crucial set. It all starts here, and Tufts loves to put teams away 3-0.
Absolutely. I mean, Tufts, I took the words right out of my mouth. This Tufts team is great at closing the door. They have 15 victories. I believe 8 of them have been 3-0 shutout victories, including Tuesday against Babson. So they're fired up. They're looking for another shutout here. Bates has to play some great defense if they want to stay alive.
Exactly. You'd think Mariano Rivera is the coach of the Tufts team here, because they seem to only grow stronger as the game goes on, especially as they rally towards that third crucial set. And Bates knows this. Obviously the teams, conference rivals play each other every year. Bates knows this. And so Bates, hopefully, Duran there took some time to draw up a game plan to adjust for that. And we know Tufts is really going to be riding momentum. We got a large crowd here hoping to cheer the Jumbos to a Friday night victory. But Bates looking to answer here. And Duran is the lady with the plan. Hopes she has the answer here for the Bobcats.
Yep, Duran certainly has a plan. Tom, I want to compliment you for that inter-athletic metaphor you used there with Mariano Rivera. That was something.
I really try to make my references interdisciplinary in Tufts, in true Tufts fashion. Try to combine, different games, different lifestyles. So I'm glad you appreciated that.
Here's Eustace coming on for the Bobcats. Smart move by Duran, putting her on there. Probably the best defensive showing. She's been having a great game. Bell in with the serve. Stafford Smith up to Forney. Forney to Naughton. Blocked out of bounds by Bright and looked like Human. 0-1. Bates, again, like the second set, has jumped out to a lead.
Exactly, and you can just tell on the Bates side, the players looking just that much more antsy and that much more ready to get into this game.
Naughton with the serve. Klimo digs it out. Zhang sets it up to Bright. Bright finds space to make it 1-1.
Yeah, Bright with a really smart hit there, able to keep it in bounds and keep it soft enough to just fall on the Bates side. Split the two defenders. Veteran move there from Bright.
Yeah, shot selection has been great by both teams really this afternoon. Klimo with the serve. Stafford Smith digs it out. Forney sends it up. Blocked by Aarons. Zhang's going to send it back to Aarons. Aaron looks for a kill, can't find it. Oh, maybe she can. That was number 4, Penapinto again, trying to find the dig. Sends it into the net. 2-1, Tufts in the lead in the third set.
Exactly, Aarons there blasts it off Penapinto. Able to get the point there for Tufts using raw power there.
Klimo mixing up her serves. Forney sends it to McGrath. I spoke too soon. Bell with a dig, but there was so much power there by the shot by Forney that it flies out of bounds. 2-2.
Exactly. You know, that one, she can feel that one on her forearms. A really powerful shot there, able to nullify the good dig.
Forney with the serve. Bell sends it right back over. Forney to McGrath. Looks like it was blocked out of bounds by Tufts, and that's going to be 3-2 Bobcats in the lead. Again, that Forney to McGrath connection, something that the Jumbos have struggled to find an answer for today.
Exactly. Bates, they're using the free play from Tufts to get a point there as Yu runs into the net. Obviously, Bates building a little run here. I don't want to speak too soon. You know, we'll knock on wood, but Bates is looking good here early, making the kind of mental adjustments that we talked about at the intermission.
Forney looking to put together the best Bobcats run of the day. Bright with the kill. Forney sends it right back over. Great dig by Forney. Smart move by Zhang, but dug out well by Forney. McGrath one-handed set. Klimo to, looks like, Maccabee. Oh, no, excuse me. That's number 16.
Small disagreement there between the two teams. I don't know if Bates is going to be happy about that. It looked like Aaron's there never hit the ball over the net and it never touched the Bates player, but then the Jumbos continued to play with it. Obviously a tough blow there for Bates, but it comes and goes. You know, obviously the refs are imperfect system. You know, this is just the NESCAC. We can't afford instant replay and motion sensor technology, sadly. Yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be Yu setting it up for Bell. Bell tries to sneak one over, sends it into the net. Bobcats are going to be up 5-3. I'd just like to issue a quick apology. I accidentally said Mary Maccabee in the last point. It was actually Maddie Stewart, the freshman, getting her first playing time in a while. So, Maddie, my apologies. As Bates gets back to serve, it's going to be Lauren Bro with the serve. Bro sends it over. Well done by Bell. Bright looking for the thunderous kill, but sends it way out of bounds. It's going to be 6-3, Bobcats in the lead.
Yeah, Bright really putting a back row ball there, a bit too high, a bit too far. Maybe trying to knock it off of a blocker's hand, but that's a point for Bates there as they look to keep the pressure hot, as they do with a great serve there from, I believe that's
Lauren
Stafford
Bro.
Smith. Lauren Bro, yeah, Lauren Bro putting together a great service sequence here.
Yeah, Bell unable to find the dig there, sent it out of bounds. She's been great with the digs today, but not quite in that point. Bell to Yu to Aarons. Bro can't look for the pancake, couldn't find it. Tufts gets their first point in a while. 4-7, Bobcats still in the lead. Again, we mentioned earlier, Tom, that these Bobcats love the NESCAC. They play all their NESCAC opponents very close, and they seem to be turning up for the third set here.
Exactly, they're really putting the pressure on Tufts here. As we saw, great hit there from number 12 for Bates.
Yep, that's Nicole Pareka, who's had a couple really good plays this game. So props to Pareka. She puts another point on the board for Bates to make it 8-4.
Exactly, yeah, and she immediately subs out almost like a hitman, a hired gun there. Brought in for a few points to play in the front row, get some kills, and then, you know, leave and live to kill another day, I guess we should say. As we see Aarons there with a great kill.
Yeah, great kill by Aarons. Again, I've said this a couple times this game, can't be repeated enough. Aarons and Garrett, the two captains, are great at getting the momentum back on Tufts' side when they need it the most, as Aarons gets ready to serve. Tufts is down 5-8. Bobcats playing a great third set.
You see miscommunication there from Bates, and that's exactly what we talked about. That can't happen.
Yeah.
Miscommunication between who was going to hit resulted in a bump over that went out of bounds.
Yeah, that was Claire Naughton that sent it out of bounds. She's frustrated. You can see it on her face. She hasn't made many mistakes today. Stafford Smith up to 40. Number 10, Slivkin, can't find it because she is met at the net by Human and Bell. A block for Tufts. It's going to make it 7-8. Bobcats still hold the lead, and they are desperately trying to save that. I believe it was a 3 or 4 point lead that they had earlier in the set.
Yeah, Bates really looking to stop the roll here from the Jumbos.
Stafford Smith looking for the kill. Unable to find it. Human with a great dig. That was great kill. Forney looking for the dig on the Bobcat side. And that's going to tie it up, 8-8.
Yeah, Human there with just great control of the floor, putting the ball exactly where she wanted and forced the error there from Bates.
Arns, believe, sent it out of bounds.
Yeah, she sent it out. Yeah, and it was just a bit out as Aaron's there looking to get an ace. Obviously, an ace can be one of the biggest momentum influencers here in volleyball. Obviously, you know, if your team, it's a free point, usually comes off of a great serve. Aaron's looking there to steal all the momentum, let the air out of the Bates bandwagon here.
Yeah, uncharacteristic from Aaron's again, 321 hit percentage. That was Penapinto with the serve. Point is still going on. Maccabee looking for the kill. Dug out by Eustace. Forney's going to send it up to Stafford Smith it was. Stafford Smith, yep, but she serves it, kills it out of bounds. Going to make it 9-9. Tied up here in the third set. Again, Tufts leading 2-0. Another frustrating attempted kill for Stafford Smith in this game.
Yeah, one of the things we've seen from Bates here, obviously, that to compare them to the Jumbos is how they deal with, I guess, setter adjustment. Once you lose, when the setter takes that first hit, you know, we see with you or Fournier on the Bobcats, who takes that next set, and we see the Jumbos have a very clear pecking order of who's going to make the set. But the Bobcats, as we see another mental error there, as Eustace exhibits some frustration there on the walls of Cousins Gymnasium.
Yeah, Eustace certainly disappointed. She's been playing a great game, but Bates still hasn't won a set. That's 2 difficult digs in a row for Lauren Bro there. So she, again, I believe Zhang was trying to attack that, knowing she made 2 errors in a row.
As Bates hits the antenna, that's another point for Tufts. Set a bit too far out wide. Not much you can do there. Yeah. As Bates burns a timeout here, as we see Tufts going on a 5-0 run.
Yep, smart timeout by Bates here. You know, they had the lead. They know they can get a lead on these Jumbos, but they've got to focus on those errors. We saw Bro with 2 digging errors there. We've seen Stafford Smith send a couple out of bounds. And again, this Bates team is playing great, but it's just these errors that you can't give these Jumbos any wiggle room whatsoever.
Yeah, that was obviously Bates here. I think that was a 5-1 or 5-2 run there from Tufts. And Bates, we saw, looked really strong at the beginning, you know, commanding a big lead early. And Tufts able to battle back. Now Tufts with a 3-point lead, up 2-0 here in the third set. We're going to see the Jumbos really try to ride this momentum. Obviously, Duran taking the timeout, able to gather some composure. We'll see how Bates adjusts here after the timeout.
Yeah, real quick, it looks like the Jumbos have Human, Maddie Stewart, the freshman, Bridget Bell, Klimo, Garrett, and Zhang taking the serve. Looks like Penapinto, Eustace, Slivkin, Forney, I believe, Stafford Smith, and can't quite tell. Oh, that's Noten, the last one.
Yeah.
Naughton. Stafford Smith attempt to kill, can't find it. Zhang sets up for Stewart, can't find it. Garrett way back, sends it to Eustace, well dug out.
And Tufts getting a free play here. Oh.
Can't capitalize.
Aaron's unable to, or that's Human, unable to get it over the net, dunks it into her own net. As Bates here getting the first point out of the timeout. That's big for them. Obviously, they burn that timeout. They, you know, only have 1 left for the remainder of the game here. Obviously, of this set, sorry.
Here's Stafford Smith with the serve. Bates looking to string together a few points here. Zhang sets it up. That's going to be Forney to Penapinto. Great dig by Klimo.
Yeah, Penapinto with a great shot there, coming off a miscommunication.
Forney looking to find space, but Zhang is able to get there. Blocked out of bounds by Bates. That's going to make it 13-10 Tufts.
Yeah, that was a big kill there for Tufts. Obviously, we saw a few communication errors on both parts. Teams not capitalizing on kill opportunities. Setting off soft shots, but Tufts coming out there on top with the point.
Yep, Stewart's going to stay in as Bright comes on for Garrett. Bates stays with the same lineup. Zhang seems to be everywhere today. Stewart, Eustace, great dig. Not going to find many points back there.
Yeah, somebody hit Bates hit the antenna there, and that's a point for Tufts. We see Zhang there, obviously the setter, getting a lot of great digs there from the back row, and then Tufts able to, whether it's Klimo or whether it's Bell, able to find the next man up and set up a great set for a kill opportunity.
Yep, Tufts leads 2-0 and 14-10 in the third set. Bright sends one over, but it's dug out. Bright sends another one over. Point's going to go to Bates. Why is that?
Yeah, it was a carry. That was a carry there. Bell, obviously, Bates popped it right back up for her. She kind of put too much upward motion on it when she went for the dunk. Obviously, we've seen a lot of great, kind of response dunks from both teams, but Bell, I think that was Stewart or Bell there, putting a little bit too much lift on it.
I believe it was Bright, Tom.
Bright, I'm sorry about that.
Bright again, looking for the kill. Stafford Smith is there. Forney sets up to McGrath. McGrath coming into the game. That was Zhang to Stewart. Norton sends it way, way back there. I'm telling you, Bates has spent too much time way back in the blue area of Cousins Gymnasium. A couple of their digs has not gone their way.
Exactly. They're in the area that obviously the Tufts Jumbo's basketball team likes to play in. They're down in the painted area, and that's not where you want to be if you're a volleyball team. But that's just a testament to the power of the Tufts hitters. And for the most part, they've done a great job of adjusting to that, as Climo just gets a gift from the volleyball gods there, as her serve is willed over the net for a point for the Jumbos.
Yeah, no lets in volleyball, folks. That's going to make it 16-11 Tufts.
Exactly. This isn't ping pong.
Although the Tufts ping pong team does practice right behind us.
That's true. Maybe one day we'll get JumboCast coverage of Tufts ping pong. As we see Zhang here with a low set, but able to get cleared over.
Aarons kind of punches that over. McGrath looking for the thunderous kill, but it's blocked by Aarons and looked like, can't quite tell. Oh, Stewart. Stewart with a block. Great job by Stewart, the freshman there.
As you see Bates here taking another timeout. Now down 6. First timeout they were down 3. Now they're down 6. Tufts up 17-11 here in the third set. 8 points away from closing it out. Bates has a really long uphill road ahead, but they've shown a lot of great resolve in this third set here.
Yeah, Bates looked great coming out of that last timeout, got a point or two, but again, it was that gift serve from Climo. Bates just got unlucky, and then some great play by Maddie Stewart, the freshman, coming in for the first time in a while, and she has done a fantastic job in this third set.
Exactly. We know Tufts, the hallmark of a great program is, getting the young players involved and getting them great playing time. Obviously, we know Climo, freshman, getting a lot of time, but those kind of down-the-bench players, getting them reps in important big games like this one, NESCAC play, getting them adjusted. Then when they become upperclassmen and kind of the onus falls on them to carry the team, they'll have that experience, and that's something that is really a testament to the work of the Tufts coaching staff and the Tufts program.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Climo. I also want to Bell, another fantastic freshman on this team. Rachel Furash, another great freshman who we haven't seen a lot of today, but she certainly contributes at a very high level. This Jumbo team is going to be a force in the NESCAC for years to come as Climo comes in with the serve. Well dug by Stafford Smith. Sent out of bounds by, I believe, Forney to make it 18-11 Tufts.
Yeah, we see Climo with really excellent serves. Obviously saw the one, the net gift serve. And there she was a little bit out of position, and Bates tried to capitalize, but just hit it a bit too far out there. Climo with some laser serves here.
Yep, Stafford Smith sends it to Climo. Stewart, Maddie Stewart with her first thunderous kill of the game. First I've seen in a while. Again, these freshmen are contributing at a very, very high level for Tufts. You can see Stewart's fired up there. Great job by Maddie here in the third set.
Yeah, Maddie Stewart the first year. Obviously, the Tufts coaches are going to let her play until, they find a reason not to.
Climo with another laser serve. Bright tries to send it right over. Zhang sends up to Stewart again. Stewart right into Eustace's breadbasket. This is going to be McGrath. Well blocked by Tufts.
And that's going to be 4 from Tufts.
Yep.
Obviously, that was a tough sequence there for Tufts. Really, really good hits there from Bates, and a lot of really strong swings from Tufts. But Bates showing that they want to stay in this game. They want to get back in it here. Down 7 here in the third set.
Here comes the captain Forney with the serve. Bell sends it right back over to Forney.
And this should be a free play here for Bates as Eustace gets the set off.
Eustace to Slivkin. Slivkin can't find it.
Slivkin just a bit far there on the kill. And that puts Tufts at 20, up 8, 20-12 Tufts here. 5 points to close out the game.
Yeah, uncharacteristic error from Slivkin as she comes out of the game. Her .221 hit percentage leads this Bobcats team. So unfortunate for the Bobcats. I believe that was you with the serve. Athletic effort from Eustace, can't find it.
Yeah, as we see there, the Tufts kill attempt might have been going out of bounds, but saved there by Bates, and they were unable to kind of gather the composure. I think the back row was all thinking that it was going to go out, but saved by one of the front row players.
Stafford Smith sends it up to Eustace. Eustace tries to work it to the front of the court for Slivkin. Slivkin met by Aarons. Klima up to Maccabee. Maccabee with the kill. Eustace is there. Forney sets it up for Slivkin. Slivkin grazes the net. Dug by Bell. Tufts is going to have to get it over the net here. And Angela Yu does. Great play by Angela Yu. Forney up to number 12 on Bates. That's going to be Yu back to Bell. Bell finesses one over, but no dice. Forney up to Slivkin. Slivkin tries to kill it again. Tufts in another tough spot. Klimo sends it up to, I believe that was Aarons that got it over the net. Eustace up to Forney. Forney to McGrath. And figures it was Forney to McGrath that ends that well-fought point. 21-13 Bates. Fantastic point from both teams.
That's right. We saw a lot of great digs by Klimo and Bell in the backcourt for Tufts there, but Bates showing, great persistence there. Not afraid to keep hitting. Didn't even go for the finesse shots there late. Really able to just keep powering it home until they got one past the Tufts defensive line.
Yeah, this game's going to stay exciting to the very end. As Maccabee looks for a kill but can't find it. Eustace sets it up for Slivkin. Slivkin tries to finesse it this time, but is met by Maccabee and Aarons. Bell to Yu. Yu to Aarons. Aarons finds the kill. Eustace cannot find the pancake there, and she is frustrated. 22-13. Tufts is up 3 points away from closing the door on the Bobcats.
Yeah, as we see Yu there with a quick 6-ball. Aarons, she loves hitting from the middle. Obviously has full command over that back row and loves finding the open space in the Bates defensive line there as Eustace falls to her knees, deals with another tough serve off the net.
And you can see Garrett shrugging, shirt in the mouth. She's like, I'll take it. That's 2 lucky serves for the Jumbos today. Unfortunate for the Bobcats. Garrett looks 23-13. Tufts is up as Garrett looks for her second serve. Another low one. That ball careens way over into the staircase. I believe that was Lauren Bro with trying to get the dig. Tufts is 1 point away. This is going to be the match point.
Yeah, absolute laser there from Garrett here as it's match point. The crowd getting a bit louder. Yeah. Garrett here with the serve, floats it in.
Forney sends out to Slivkin.
And Bates will not go down without a fight.
Nope.
As they knock it off the Tufts blocker. I think that was Aarons there to get a point here, down 10, 24-14. As Eustace with the ball in her hand, one of the better defensive players here, looking to put the Bates team. They have to go on a run here. She has to serve for the rest of the game for them. Klimo up to Yu, outside. As it goes off the Bates blocker, and that'll be the match. That's a Tufts Jumbos victory.
Yep, that's Bridget Bell with the winning point there.
Bridget Bell with the winning kill, 25-14 Tufts here in the third set. That's 3-0 for Tufts. That brings the Tufts record to 16-1 and 8-0 now in NESCAC play.
8-0 in NESCAC, 16-1, 8-game win streak. This Tufts team is rolling, Tom.
Exactly. They want to make themselves known obviously in the division championships there. And this drops Bates down to 6-10 overall, 3-4 in NESCAC play. But, we saw a great fight there from the Lady Bobcats.
Yeah, no, these Bobcats should not be disappointed. Especially, I just want to give attention to Gabby Eustace. Played a fantastic defensive game. Came into the game with 255 digs. She can play defense. But her athleticism, her ability to move on the court, absolutely fantastic for a freshman. So great job to Gabby Eustace. Unfortunately for the Bobcats, the Jumbos are victorious today on the backs of great offensive performances from everyone. A great third set emergence by Maddie Stewart, the freshman. Great to see her in the game. And overall, Tom, these Jumbos are hard to beat, I'd say.
Exactly, especially here at Cousins Gymnasium when we saw support from the Jumbo crowd like we had today. It's going to be tough to beat the Tufts Jumbos here at home. But we saw, obviously, Eustace, the libero, the position, not a lot of glory in it. And even the statistic of a, number of digs doesn't do her impact to this team justice. Really great showing from her. We could see, she really wanted to steal this game away from Tufts, showing some frustration, one of the more emotional players on the court. And it was a shame that we couldn't see Bates put together a good enough run to keep this third set here competitive. Besides at the beginning, they looked great at the beginning. But as it came into crunch time, Bates wasn't able to put things together and stay in it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. I believe we're showing 3 games. We have Tufts playing at noon, Tufts playing at 5, and I think we're showing Colby versus I can't quite remember, but we have a neutral game at 2:30 that JumboCast I believe is also broadcasting. So we have some great volleyball coming your way. Tufts is looking to continue this great run. Again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Owen Finnegan.
Here with Tom Jasmanowski.
And this is JumboCast signing off. Have a fantastic night, ladies and gents.